Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hump Day. Today is July 22nd, 2020, Wednesday. I want to thank you for listening to our video blog. This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. A couple of things I want to throw out there as a reminder is we've got earnings, lot of earnings today. So make sure that you're keeping track of the positions you're in and when there's earnings coming up. Two companies' earnings today that I think we ought to really focus on and pay attention to. Maybe not so much as a buy, maybe it is a buy or a sell for some folks, but they can spin this market one way or another, and that would be Microsoft and Tesla. So let's keep an eye on that. Also, I want you to remember that there is a new stimulus package on its way, and it's just a matter of time. I have no doubt it's going to actually happen. It's just a matter of when, and they just need to hammer out a few of the details. And last year, but not least, I certainly want to wish everybody to be safe and good trading today. All right, let's take a look at some of these charts. Let's start with SPY here. So, whoops, let me put up my T-line. I pulled it off last night. Let's do that. Oh yeah, one more little reminder here. In last night's members e-learning webinar, we talked about a new scan using the trindicator and basically price crossover with some pullbacks. In fact, most of the charts that you see today will be based on that. Charts that have rallied up and pulled back for what could be a good trade here. And I have 11 of them that we'll be looking at. But first, let's take a look at the SPY. There we go. Okay, so the SPY yesterday, we ended up gapping up just a tad here. And then it closed back down. It does look like we're opening up just about where we closed. A little bit of negative yesterday as far as the open versus the close. Positive yesterday's candle compared to the previous day's candle. Note that the price action is still trending above the T-line, and the T-line is still trending. Notice that our trindicator still shows green, and it is also still trending. Now there is that excellent chance that we start to see some bit of a pullback here on any kind of weakness. Yesterday's pointed to possibly some weakness, but even this weakness that may come in, and we just don't know, but any weakness that might come in, I'm still looking at this as just simply a bullish pullback, as an opportunity. Now it may get all the way down to that trend line. We could just walk to the right just a little bit until we meet up with that trend line or get a lot closer, and then we could see those bulls take right back off again and move higher. At this point, honestly, I'm still looking for some higher numbers up there. There's a possibility we get to this 336.70 area up here. If we look at the weekly chart, and I'm looking at what is it, February, the February highs of this year, there's still a great opportunity that we get back up there. We will monitor the charts for that weakness that may be building a bit too much, and it could spill over to some short trades. But right now, overall, the market remains bullish with the possibility of a slight little pullback here. If we take a look at VXX, let's move this up. There we go. Let's get rid of this line right here. There we are. VXX yesterday popped up a little bit, creating almost a bullish piercing candle, not quite a bullish piercing candle, but we're going to give it to it anyway. And we do have very close to a double bottom here, not to the penny at all, but close enough for government work and our work. That looks like a double bottom. We want to watch for any follow through. If any follow through starts to show up, we want to be very careful with that. I don't believe it's a trade on the daily chart until we start turning the trindicator green. If you're looking at something on the 15-minute chart, let me turn this off. Well, no, I guess let's go never. There we go. On the 15-minute chart, you can see that we have turned green and is possibly a trade here. If it starts to turn red, the trindicator that is, you want to be out of it. A chart that I might consider looking at today for possibly trading VXX is the hourly chart. So if we start to clear and break out over about 29.65, 29.75, that could start to turn the trindicator green, and that's where I want to be. I want to be on the bullish side, providing we're green here. So the bullish side of green is where I want to be. And that may kick off something like this, where we have a low. This could be our higher low, providing we get follow through, and then we start to see a breakout here. And that's our low, high, higher low, and that right in there would be our higher high. And this could be a tradable bottom on the hourly chart. Again, wait for the trindicator turn green. It is very helpful to do that. Probabilities go up in trading. All right, let's take a look at some trade ideas. Like I said, I have 11 of them. Let's take a look at MRO earnings August 5th. Please jot that down. And also double check. There's absolutely no guarantee that that is an absolute correct date. So please double check. Have a second source for your earnings so you know when earnings are coming. You can see the downtrend here. We've got a nice little downtrend. You can see that with price trading below the trindicator here, the red line, the red dots. And now you can see how we've started to trade to the upside. And we've gone from a low to a high to a higher low. And we've got a turn right here where we could actually start putting a trend line on that. And what we want to do is be trading this up, just following that trend up to a couple of targets here. And now there's that possibility we get to 687. There may need to be some profit taking before we get there, but with maybe a 580 entry, perhaps something close to that in that zone, we could be looking at an 18, maybe 19% trade here on MRO. Another trade, NBL. A lot of the oils popped up yesterday. They were really coming up on the scanner, so we're seeing a few of them here today for possible trades. So Noble, NBL, ticker symbol NBL. We've got nice little low, high, higher low, and then we broke out. This is a bullish W pattern here. Let me point that out to you. Right there is a bullish W pattern, and we did break out. We popped up a little bit. We're a little bit far maybe from my buy zone. The positive thing that I see right now is it doesn't look like we're opening up higher. It looks like we're opening up on an inside day. So right there, that would make it a bullish chart for me, one to look at with a possible buy. So this is why I'm putting it on the watch list. Probably be using the low of yesterday as a stop with a buy inside. We'll just split the middle, and you're looking about a 4% risk, and then potentially we could get up here to 23% around that $13 mark, testing the June high over here. Maybe we just somewhere between 12. Somewhere between 12 and those highs. That might be a good target. And that would give us 18%. Not too shabby there on NBL. Another oil-related stock is SLB, Schlumberger. Schlumberger here. You can see the bottom it put in. Nice little bottom here. Double tap bottom. We've got a nice bullish engulf that led us higher over the trindicator. Trindicator here is green moving down. I'm sorry, red moving down, and now you can see that trend indicator is starting to move up. It's turned green here. We have a one of our pop out of the box type chart patterns. That's one of our favorite chart patterns here at Hit and Run Candlesticks and Right Way Options. And you can see that we broke out. This becomes a buy now. Looks like we're opening up, just about at the top of that green box. So a buy somewhere in this neighborhood. We'll probably look for this top up here, and then another target maybe a little bit higher up here. So with an entry of around 1940, let's just split the middle here. That's somewhere between a 9 and 10% trade. Stop-wise, well, this looks right in here. Kind of looks like this is where the buyers are holding up. Sellers can't seem to get us back down through that 1840 area. So you might want to, I'll be looking at a stop near that 1840 area. AIG, nice pullback, nice and tight here. Downtrend, let me actually get rid of, no, we'll keep those lines up there. So you can see the downtrend, the trend indicator, price is underneath the red dots. See how the price now has come up over the red dots. So we have that switch or that flip. And we will have, by the way, I'm going to stop for a second. You see these three scanner windows, they're all empty. That's because I've been working with them. And when you work with them and the market's not open, they just go blank. But you can go in here, click on them, and pull up that watch list just like that. But anyway, these are three, well, it's one main one and then just some adjustments on the others that we'll be introducing this week to the Hit and Run Candlestick folks that have the scanner. And we'll be looking, what they'll be looking for is a stock that basically overall trending, and then we've got the trend indicator. The red trend indicator has red, showing the sellers have control, and then it'll be showing the flip and then consolidation here. So we're getting that early flip back from red back to green, looking for those nice little moves that move up like that. So like I said, we'll be introducing that later this week, hopefully. Right now I don't see any reason why not, so we'll get that out to you. Okay, so AIG, bulls took a hold of it here on July 10th, and from there it's been positive trading, showing confirmation off that candle there on July 10th. Popped up a little bit. You see we went from red to green, and now we've pulled back to a nice little flag or PBO, pullback opportunity was what we like to call this. And I think a buying opportunity would be, let's see if I can do this. There we go. Somewhere in that area, right in there, I believe a buying opportunity would be. As far as a target goes, or a place to maybe consider some price, this is how I plan a chart, by the way. This is exactly what I'm doing here. I'm looking for these charts that change their attitude, pull back, shallow pullback, find buyers, and start moving up. And then I want to look for places that I can take profits. I don't look for, stocks like this, buy here. I don't look for them to be $100. I don't plan to hold them for months and months and months. I hold them anywhere from overnight to maybe 3 weeks or so. Long as I can get my goal out of it, then I'm very happy with that. So with a buy somewhere in this neighborhood, this would be 11%, 11.5%. That would certainly meet my goal, where I would take either all or half of it off the table, and then on up here to about 15, maybe 16% for the other half of the trade on AIG. Penn is looking awfully nice. We can draw a trend line here, draw a trend line on the price action, trend line right there. You can also see that the trend indicator gave us a downtrend, and now we can see that the trend indicator is giving us an uptrend. You can see that price has gapped up and consolidated. Very nice box. In fact, we have a pop out of the box, and we have a little morning star right there. That's my favorite type of chart pattern, where we have trading pattern, I should say, where we have a there we go, negative day and a small body day that closes below this candle, below the open of that negative candle, and where we close the next day, we close over that line right there. So we're going to put right over the opening of this candle. Now I'm going to look for an entry in this area right here, like so. And when I say look for an entry, what I'm looking for is just an area, not 3601 or 3598. I just don't do that. I'm looking for an area, because what I'm looking for is this chart to break out and possibly run up here to 4430, and with an entry of, let's just go where the open is, somewhere in here. You're looking at 24%, and with 24%, my style of trading really doesn't care whether I get an extra penny at the entry. 24% is pretty darn good, and well, it just works. Another chart, XOP is looking good here. XOP, let's draw that trend line to the downside. We're going to use the trindicator here. You can see how price continues to trade below the trindicator, red dots, and now you can see where we've crossed over. We're going to put a little line just like that. We've crossed over. We've got a nice little pop out of the box. Here's that Morningstar family chart pattern, and I'll be looking for possible entry in this area right here with targets, potential profit taking, maybe somewhere in these levels up here, with possibility even getting to $65. OIH, that's a pretty chart. Check out the volume on this chart here. My goodness, that's crazy good. I think I want to point out this bottom right in here. Again, let's put this up here. So we'll put that line. So with an inside day entry, you've got about 12, maybe 13% up to that first profit zone, it looks like. And then up here, about 25%. So there's certainly some potential in this chart. Here's the, and sorry to sound like a broken record, but these charts are just setting up, looking nice right now. So they all kind of look the same. Here's our downtrend, our trindicator, and now we've got a little uptrend here, and then you can see where price has popped up. We have a nice little consolidation area, a pop out of the box when it enters somewhere between 124.70 and 130.90. You can see there's great potential on this, and the risk, very simple. Maybe you use the lows. This is where the buyers found support. If that support is broke, maybe you're out of it there. I can also see maybe putting a little stop somewhere near the highs of this candle or of these candles right in here. WFC is looking pretty good. Personally, I'm in a couple of banks already, JP Morgan and BAC. I might end up buying some Wells Fargo, but we'll see. Wells Fargo, nice downtrend here. And there's that downtrend, and you can see where we're starting to flip over. Our trindicator has gone from red to a green pattern, and you can clearly see the bullish chart pattern that's in the making here. We rally up, we pull back. There's our Morningstar type signal, a great candle yesterday, good volume. So we'll be watching Wells Fargo, bullish anything above yesterday's candle, and I would have to go with also bullish above 25, 35 here, and then well, let's just look at 29.60, and we'll put a line up here about 32.50 or so for possible target areas, profit-taking areas. WDC may be setting up. WDC, overall, we've got a nice trend here, like this. All right. We can come in here and we'll, you can put it here. I'm going to put the line right there using these candles. I'm going to put my line right in there. Now I'm going to come over and mark out where the trindicator is, mark out the trindicator trend change. I'm going to mark out the same thing we've been doing. Here's our consolidation, and we're going to watch and wait for that watch for that entry. We'll watch how price action goes. So right now it looks like we're opening up around 44.30. Any kind of a breakout I think would be on the good side. Anything above 43 I may position myself in with an entry, and then we're looking up here about 48 and then possibly 49 for nice swing targets or swing profit trading here. Got another one I know. Oh, X might be looking good. This was pointed out by one of the members in our trading room. Thank you. Here's our downtrend. Here is our downtrend change. You can see that we've Morningstar signal. We've rallied up. We've consolidated, pulled back a little bit. Morningstar here. Our trindicator has gone from red to green. Targets up here. We might put one about 9.35 or so, and then I think we'll probably should put one up around $10 with an entry in somewhere in this area. I'm actually going to go. This would be the buy box right there. Something like that. Anything inside this area, and yes, slightly above the high over here would be a nice little entry. DKNG. Here's our downtrend again. Here's the change of that trend. Possible target points. Let's just go to those peaks right there. And I think we ought to draw another one up here because you just never know. 47.70 maybe. So here we're up. We're starting that consolidation. Looks like we're opening up on an inside day. Anywhere in this area right in here, all the way to that trend line, maybe buyable. Check out the volume on this. If you follow BOP, check out the BOP. So with an entry in this area, all the way up to that 47.70, which might be a stretch, but it's certainly possible. 29%. If we just come back to that first target, that's 17.5%, depending on where you buy it. That's a pretty nice looking trade right there. So let's remember that earnings, let's not forget that, earnings coming up, and also remember that new stimulus package. So I guess what I'm trying to point out here is if the market does start to get a little weak, I don't know if I would be overzealous with shorting. Possibly if Tesla reports poorly, I don't know if that's going to happen. And if Microsoft was to report poorly, that could put a negative spin on the overall market. The thing I want to just remind myself is I want to be careful going short. Wait till we break that trend line. Wait till our trindicator turns red. Remember that here's what I like to do anyway. Say we do get some weakness. What I want to see is a rally back up and test resistance, and then we start to see that failure point. That's where a good short would be. So I'm just want to cautious. Let's not front run the market here. Could end up biting you. And let's see, where's my little note at? There we go. There we go, a little stick-it note. So, so remember Microsoft and Tesla, a lot of earnings today. Remember the new stimulus package. It will be here. I don't think there's a question of that. Maybe the exact date and maybe exactly what's in it. But bottom line, there's going to be some more new money pumped into the market. So be careful, be cautious. Hey, I want to thank everybody for watching my video blog. I appreciate it. I hope to see you in the trading room. Have a great day.